Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at the 60th installment, dear God, what are we doing with our lives, of what I like to call What I Eat Wednesdays, where we take a look at some of those What I Eat in a Day as a Fat Person videos on TikTok. Already at episode number 60, oh my goodness. I have been in such an altered state from all the processed carbs and sugar that time has just flown by. Before we proceed, please click like and subscribe so that I may apply comb to mustache. What I ate today as a 6'1" plus size woman.
This is what I ate today as a big, fat, beautiful woman who loves life and is not currently on a diet, started at Starbucks.
As a big, fat, beautiful woman who is not currently on a diet and loves life. Here's the coffee that I drank today as a big, fat, gorgeous man with a bushy, luxurious mustache that everybody loves. I like this new way of introducing ourselves. It's great. Okay, and then you drank some white water. You went whitewater rafting right inside of your own car.
My normal cold brew with cream and sugar-free vanilla, but they put in way too much cream.
What do you mean? Yes, that's way too much freaking cream. Dude, that bears no resemblance to coffee.
Cold brew with cream and sugar-free vanilla, but they put in way too much cream. Then I went home and I made some breakfast tacos. These breakfast tacos were fire. This is how I start.
What the heck are you doing?
Sprinkle the cheese on the bottom of a hot pan, and then I put my tortilla right over it. I call these vampire-style tacos.
Yes, vampires are known for their love of cheese.
And I got the idea from my friend who got the idea from Yard House. So once the cheese is nice and crispy, you flip it over, and it's the great base for...
Okay, so you made yourself some tacos here. Let me see. Looks like we got some eggs, some of this green sauce, and some bacon going there.
For a taco, I did guac, eggs, bacon, and green goddess dressing. This green goddess dressing, y'all, has become my all-time favorite topping for basically everything.
Okay, these tacos look pretty darn good.
And these tacos were amazing. Definitely, probably making them again today.
All right, hell yeah. That's a good start to the day right there. Those tacos look pretty good. We got plenty of protein in there. We got a little bit of carbs via the corn tortilla. And we've got some guac in there to cover your fruit/veg situation type deal.
And then for lunch, I had my leftover
all right, what do we got here? This looks pretty interesting too. What is this?
Kava bowl. I get half honey.
Hold on.
And then for lunch, I had my leftover kava bowl. I get half honey harissa chicken and half Greek lamb meatballs.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain this dish to me.
And it's delicious. I basically add every single topping possible on, and it lasts me 2 meals. Then
you didn't explain what that thing was.
I had my leftover kava bowl. I get half...
My leftover kava bowl. I don't know what kava is.
Half honey harissa chicken and half Greek lamb meatballs, and it's delicious. I basically add every single topping possible on, and it lasts me 2 meals. Then...
Okay, so I literally can't tell what's in this, but it looks like some sort of fruit, veg, carbs, and there's some meat in there. She said chicken.
And half Greek lamb meatball.
There was some sort of carbs and fruit and veg and stuff in that too, but I don't know exactly what was in it.
Basically add every single topping possible on, and it lasts me 2 meals. Then for a little snack, I had some crackers with the Trader Joe's caramelized onion dip.
Crackers and caramelized onion dip.
One of my favorite items from Trader Joe's. And then I had my electrolytes mixed with my greens powder. I actually really enjoyed this little combination, and I try to have it every day. It helps me a lot with cramping and just digestion and all of that good stuff.
Okay, so you have some sort of greens powder.
And then I painted my house for a little bit because I'm still doing renovations. And then I had a snack, just some Tostitos chips with some cheese, and I microwaved them and dipped them.
Oh, dude, I used to do that all the time. Something about that is good, but also like really disgusting at the same time. Like looking at that is making me feel greasy. I'm sure we've all done the thing before where you literally just put cheese on chips and put it in the microwave because we're all a bunch of lazy degenerates, right? I can taste it now. I can smell it and taste it just by looking at her microwaving that. I can smell the dent corn cooking and melting with the taste of the cheese. A lot of the stuff that we grub down on when we're fat or when we used to be fat is like really disgusting stuff. When we think back on it, we're like, yeah, it was good, but it was also really gross. Like, I probably would never eat that again.
in some guacamole, and it was great. What a funny little snack. I felt like I was in high school again.
What a funny little snack. I felt like I was in high school again. Yeah, that does kind of remind me of being a teenager, just melting cheese on chips. We like to keep it simple when we're young, right?
For dinner, I had a friend come over and we made some Caesar salad. And
Oh, I thought you were just about to down that whole bottle of wine. And for dinner, I had a friend over and, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the food. Yeah, so we ate some crap, too. After that bottle of wine, man, everything was a blur.
had some wine, and then we also shared the family
All right, so we got some TV dinner going on here.
style meat lasagna from Trader Joe's, which,
What are you doing, man? I thought with those breakfast tacos, you were going to have a good day.
no joke, is some of the best lasagna I've ever had. Definitely worth buying if
I don't think I've had a bad lasagna. If you screw up lasagna, you are really failing at life. Any company as well. Like it's literally just noodles, sauce, some cheese, and some meat.
you want a quick, easy meal. And I had leftovers. See you tomorrow.
All right, that's everything that she had for the day. Let's take a look and add it up. All right, so you started the day off with a melted milkshake from our favorite coffee establishment. That was a very bad start to the day, but after that you had breakfast tacos that you made yourself, so I was like, oh dude, this is gonna be all right. This day is gonna be all right. When I saw those breakfast tacos, I was like, oh man, everything is going to be all right from now on, but then it wasn't. Oh man, I think she's really going to turn it around from now on. But then she didn't. You fooled me. You fooled me. All right, and then later on you had some sort of dish that had chicken and Greek lamb meatballs in there. I don't know if that was another pre-made frozen meal or what. Then later on you had some crackers and caramelized onion dip, and then some green powder. And then you had some nachos. I'm doing air quotes right now because it was just chips with cheese melted on it in the microwave, which we've all done before. And then later on you had a lasagna, TV dinner, and wrapped up the evening with some wine. All right, after much deliberation, I have come to a decision. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, not bad. There were some decent things in there. There was a lot of silly stuff in there, but there were also a couple of decent things. Next.
This is what a fat girl eats in a day, day 35.
This is what a fat girl eats in a day, day 35. What a fat girl eats in a day. I'll start the day off with some ice and some bloobs. Name that episode. That's an old one.
If you don't like seeing a fat person stuff their face with food, scroll away now.
Scroll, 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 scroll. Clearly I love to see a fat person stuff their face with food, so much so that I made an entire series. If you don't want to see a mustachioed gentleman react to a fat person eating food, keep scrolling. Just kidding. Even if you don't want to see this video, just watch it anyway. Just click the like button and subscribe anyway. Even if you hate it like a lot, just do it. It's free. I asked really nicely, please. Come on. Do me a solid, bro. Subscribe to the channel and watch every single video. Is that so much to ask? Dang. I would subscribe to your channel and watch every single video if you had one. And leave a like. But, you know, maybe I'm just a better kind of friend than you. Thought I knew you, dude. I thought I knew you. You've changed. You've changed, dude. You just don't get it, do you? I'm sorry. Man, you've changed, dude. I thought I knew you, dude. God. Did you hear that motorcycle just drive by? Why does any motorcycle need to be that loud, bro? What the heck? Like, it's literally like like going down the road. Like, all right, man, I get it. It's got a very powerful engine in there. That's cool, but can we put a muffler on it or something?
So I had crumpets for breakfast.
You had crumpets for breakfast. How very English indeed.
And whilst they were in the toaster, I made myself an iced coffee. I used one of these sachets because I could not be asked to make actual coffee.
Iced latte salted caramel. Dude, win your me moment.
Myself an iced coffee. I used one of these
And then you had this unholy abomination that you call a coffee.
sachets because I could not be asked to make actual coffee. You're only meant to add water, but I feel like it's just too watered down, so I also added some milk too.
Okay. So your sugar powder was too watery, so you added some milk.
Gave it a quick stir, and by the time that was done, my crumpets were ready.
Okay, so you had 2 crumpets. So these are basically like an English muffin for my American viewers here. As you can see by looking at that, that's basically an English muffin. The nooks and crannies are slightly rearranged. Really, that's all that's going on here.
So I whacked some butter on both of them, and then I also added cheese on top of one of them.
Cheese on your crumpet? What the heck?
Listen, don't come at me. If you haven't tried cheese on a crumpet, try it and then
Okay, I won't come at you. I will try it.
come back to me.
And then I will come back to you. Okay, I'm sorry. What are you doing putting cheese on a... Oh, I shouldn't judge you until I try it myself. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyways, I skipped lunch because I had to go make some content, but when I got back, I made Nando's chicken for me.
Alright, let me see what we got going on here. Okay, we've got some chicken, we've got some green beans, we've got some rice, and we've got some potatoes. This would be an amazing dish if you didn't have one too many carbs going on here. Ditch that rice.
And my sister, we also had rice, mash, and asparagus with it.
Oh, that's asparagus. I only saw the bottom of it at first and thought it was green beans. Okay.
Honestly, one of my favourite dinners. Honestly, one of my favourite dinners, hands down.
And then what do we got here? An eclair?
And then I've actually been craving eclairs, so I brought myself chocolate eclairs, and there's me just munching on it after dinner.
I haven't had an eclair in quite a while. Something about the dough of the eclair is different. I don't know what they do, man. It's not like a donut. Those of you that have had an eclair know what I'm talking about. I think that's more of an older person kind of dish. I don't think a lot of younger people know what the hell an eclair is. What the heck? When I was just looking up eclair, it said that the word eclair is French for enlightened. Weird thing to name a pastry after, huh? Yo, let me get another bite of that enlightenment. This diabetes is very enlightening.
Yes, I'm scoffing my face, and what? Anyways, that's it. Come back for tomorrow. Love ya.
Alright, love you too. Bye. Let's take a look at this one and add it up. Alright, love, so you started the day off with 2 crumpets, and one of them you adorned with cheese. I've never seen anybody put cheese on an English muffin or a crumpet or any of that, so that was a little odd, but it's not the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then you had an iced coffee. I put the word coffee in quotes because that thing was like 90% sugar, 10% milk. Then later on you had some chicken, asparagus, rice, and mashed potatoes. That was a pretty decent little meal going on right there. A little too many carbs, but other than that, boom, that's a banger, dude. And you wrapped up the day with an eclair. Alright, I have come to a decision. I'm gonna give this one a 2 out of 10. I wanted to give you a 3, but that eclair on there and a couple of those other things, it ain't happening. Next, what I eat in a day as a fat person who doesn't want to lose weight and eats 10,000 calories a day. Could you hear me? 10,000 calories a day. Alright, she's got some copyrighted music in the background that I've never heard before. I could do this with no effort. I could do this with no effort. Alright, hold on. 2 bowls of Cinnamon Life cereal. 2 bowls! 2 bowls of Cinnamon Life cereal. You're not going to be having much of a life eating that, I can tell you that. I'm going to release a cereal that's called Not Diabetes. Frozen root beer float. What? What the heck? What is this? Basically, I'm guessing this is just frozen root beer, dude, right? Frozen root beer float. What's the float, right? You guys just froze root beer. It's probably pretty dang good. I mean, if I'm being real. You guys ever had a Snickers ice cream bar, dude? Oh my god. They're so freaking amazing. Oh my god. Get them away from me forever. A Snickers ice cream bar? Oh my god. Sorry. They're just so freaking good, dude. Sounds like I have a problem, dude. Oh my goodness. I never realized how much I love those until I started thinking about it. I haven't had one in years. I was actually at a little gas station, like out in the middle of nowhere recently, and I saw in their little end freezer they had Snickers ice cream bars, and I was just looking down at them like, oh man. Dude, that would be so good right now. But then I just forgot about it. A lot of the time, like my fat acidness, like I just forget about it. I move on to other things. Thank God I'm scatterbrained and I'm going in 10,000 different directions at once. That's really good marketing from them, though. A frozen root beer float, that sounds good. I could go for one of those on a hot day, you bet. Dang it, Barks, you got me. You guys remember those commercials back in the day, the Barks Has Bite commercials? God, those were stupid and weird. There was one where it's like, Barks has bite, and there'd be like some guy, he's like, Johnny, Barks has bite. Johnny Bark says bye. Johnny something, some weird stupid stuff. Back in the day, we had some very, very, very stupid advertisements. The 90s and the early 2000s are full of all this extreme marketing, like everything had to be attached to some kind of skateboard or a snowboard or something. You couldn't just have like a cup of coffee. Here you go, here's some coffee. You want to buy it? It'd be like, coffee, extreme, there'd be a guitar solo. I would come in from off screen on a skateboard and do a kickflip for some reason. Then I would drink the coffee. Then I would start popping corn nuts. Everybody was eating corn nuts back in the day. Whatever the hell a corn nut is, I don't know. It wasn't a good time. A lot of you are younger and you look back to the 90s and you're like, wow, man, they really had it good back then. No, we didn't. It sucked, okay? Okay, so you took one lick and then you're gonna put it back. Small icy in like 1/5 of this popcorn. 1/5? We're measuring things in fifths now, dude? Come on. Dude, when people start measuring things with all these bizarre measurements, like I had about, like 1/5 of that. Yeah, no, you had like the whole thing. Somebody who actually had 1/5 of that popcorn tub would have said, yeah, I had a couple bites of popcorn. They wouldn't specifically say 1/5. That's very sus behavior. I had about 2/11ths of this cup. You know, if you were to break it into 11 equal parts, I consumed about roughly 2 of them. 1 bowl of pasta. Oh, dude, this is literally just noodles with cheese on it. Ew. What are we doing? And then what is that at the top? A bottle of Purell hand sanitizer? You're drinking that too? Oh my God. So you drank a bottle of hand sanitizer and you got so looped out that you just put some cheese on noodles and ate it by itself? That's what I'm going to assume happened here. Don't drink Purell hand sanitizer, kids, okay? I know that we've all wanted to because it smells so wonderful, but don't do it. That wonderful burning smell, you're like, oh! Literally just noodles with cheese. A small piece of road tar that I found in the middle of the street. Oh, no. Small piece of chocolate cake. Okay. Small piece of chocolate cake. 1/5 of a tub of popcorn. Pay attention to the language that people use. People often like to downplay the things that they do. I had a little bit of this. I had 1/5 of that. I had blah, 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 blah. Okay, man. Whatever you got to tell yourself to make you feel better. All right, let's take a look at that one and add it up. Okay, so you started the day off with 2 bowls of Cinnamon Life cereal, and I believe you had some of those heart-shaped bowls that I see that everybody on Earth has except for me. A bad start to the day, nothing but sugar and carbs, as we know. Then later on, you had a frozen root beer float, which is more sugar, so that's no good. Then later on, you had an icy and popcorn. Oh my God, dude, this whole day is just, ugh. Then later on, you had an icy and some popcorn. Okay, so far you haven't ingested any actual food all day. Then you wrapped up the day with some noodles with cheese on it, which is just more carbs. And then for dessert, you had 1 small piece of chocolate cake. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that you only had 1/5 of that tub of popcorn. All right, after much deliberation, I have come to a decision. I'm gonna give this one a 1 out of 10. I would have given it a 0, but I was feeling generous. Literally, that day was garbage. Nothing but sugar and carbs, dude. What the heck? Luckily, though, you wrapped up the day with a small piece of chocolate cake. That's good. We wouldn't want things to go off the rails. Do you enjoy cooking shows? Would you like to see a lot more videos of me going out and purchasing food and cooking it at home? Let me know in the comments below. Please click the like button. 1 like equals 1 mustache Komen. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.